The Nashville Predators have a new GM, a new coach, and a new outlook, and Kimmel is here to talk about that and preview the 2023-2024 Predators season next on the Locked On NHL Season Preview. Gil Martin here. The NHL season is less than a week away, and Locked On Season Preview coverage continues as we welcome in Ann Kimmel of Locked On Predators to detail everything you need to know about the Nashville Predators ahead of the 2023-2024 season. And what would you say is the biggest storyline surrounding the Preds this year?
There is a new chapter coming for the Nashville Predators, and with that are a number of subplots. We have a new general manager in Barry Trotz, new head coach in Andrew Brunette. We also have kind of a new look roster. The core has been shaken up. Barry Trotz has brought in a couple new veterans. We have gotten rid of some veterans, and this is a team that's really focused on developing young talent. So it is a whole new chapter for the Nashville Predators this season.
Yeah, going to be very interesting. What would you say was the most significant offseason move the Preds made and why?
Well, two things were pretty significant that the Preds did this offseason. One is who they got rid of. The Nashville Predators moved what they often refer to as the unmovable $8 million contracts of Ryan Johansson. They bought out Matt Duchene as well. So two veterans are no longer on the team. The big signing that they brought in was veteran Ryan O'Reilly. And Barry Trotz felt really strongly about bringing in Ryan O'Reilly, not just for what he brings on ice, but what he brings with his experience and what he brings to the locker room. This is a Stanley Cup champion. He has won the Conn Smythe, the Selke, and he really believes that Ryan O'Reilly could be an important part of this Nashville core, setting kind of a new vibe in the locker room and really setting some new work habits for a team that's going to be young.
Yeah, so you need that veteran leadership. Who figures to be the most important player on the team, and what makes them so crucial to the Predators' success?
The most important player in a Nashville Predators uniform is hands down UC Saros. Doesn't matter what the rest of your team is doing, UC Saros is the most important player in Nashville. Saros, of course, had a great season again last season, finished fourth in Vezina voting, faced the most shots on goal, faced the most minutes in net of any NHL goaltender, had the highest goals saved above expected. This is a player who steals games for his team, and that's something Nashville's really going to need to rely on this season. They do have some veterans in Roman Josi. They have Tyson Barrie on defense, but they're also bringing in some new younger players. And when you have UC Saros in net, he covers a multitude of sins. So he's really going to be the player that's going to keep Nashville in a lot of these games as they develop some new players.
How about, you mentioned this team is getting younger. Who is a potential breakout candidate that you want people to know about?
Definitely keep your eyes on Luke Evangelista. Luke Evangelista, just barely a rookie, played 24 games for the Predators last season. He was what was supposed to be a weekend call-up, ended up finishing the season with 24 games, 15.7 goals. This is a young player who, if he can start where he left off, could really be an impact for the Nashville Predators. He's had a really good experience at the Rookie Showcase going into training camp. If he can have a strong training camp and continue to produce offensively, this is a young player who could potentially see some top 6 minutes.
Got to keep an eye out for him. And what would a successful season look like for the Preds, and what's at stake if it's not achieved?
You know, it's really great. There's very little pressure in Nashville right now. Barry Trotz has earned a tremendous amount of grace. This is a new chapter. Expectations pretty low. If the Nashville Predators finish the season this year like they did last year, late conversation for a wild card spot, that would be considered a win for Nashville. If Nashville makes it into the playoffs, that's great. If the Predators won a playoff series, that would be huge. So those are kind of where expectations are. As far as what's at stake, not too much. You know, like I said, Barry Trotz, a lot of grace with this new chapter starting. So I think that there is a lot of patience in the fan base. I think that Predators fans understand this could be a 2-3 year process, and they're ready to wait and see what these young players can do.
Well, not too many teams have that lack of pressure. Should be interesting to see how this rebuilding goes. For more on the Nashville Predators, be sure to follow Locked On Predators on your favorite podcast app and on YouTube so you never miss an episode. And check out the season previews for all 32 teams across the Locked On NHL channel. We're part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.